Feeling intensely, the wounds of being too much. People who feel intensely might be labeled as highly sensitive, gifted, or having a mental illness. With little awareness, many emotionally intense adults confess to having felt lonely and misunderstood. Signs of being an emotionally intense person include having a grave concern for the wider world. Some people feel more than others. They are often told, spoken and unspoken, that they are too much, too intense, too sensitive, too emotional, and that their behaviors are either too dramatic or too timid. People who feel more deeply and intensely than others are more aware of subtleties. Their brain processes information and reflects on it more deeply. People with emotional intensity are sometimes described as sensitive, caring, and attentive. At their best, they can be exceptionally perceptive, intuitive, and keenly observant of the subtleties of the environment. Yet they are also overwhelmed by the constant waves of social nuances and others' emotional and psychic energies. They tend to notice and remember a lot and can be overstimulated when things are too chaotic or novel for a long time. This ability to feel deeply and intensely often starts from a young age when emotion regulation skills are lacking and can lead to psychological wounding associated with shame and loneliness. Growing awareness of this trait has generated much inquiry, yet psychologists have so far been unable to agree on a single defining attribute. If you identify with the description, there are a few possibilities. This may mean that you are one of the 15–20% of the population wired differently as a highly sensitive person. This may mean that you fall on the right side of the bell curve as a gifted person. This may mean you do have or are mislabeled as having a mental illness such as emotion regulation disorder, ADHD, bipolar disorder, or dysthymia, chronic depression. The world is gradually coming to embrace the concept of neurodiversity, the idea that particular groups of the population are different from the norm, with specific kinds of sensitivity, intensity, and giftedness. However, with little awareness, many emotionally intense adults confess to having felt lonely and misunderstood for years, being plagued with self-doubts and living with a lingering sense of existential loneliness. As you step into embracing your unique qualities, you learn to trust your unique ways of relating to the world and can connect to what you have to offer. Themes such as authentic existence, the meaning of life, and purpose of being come to the foreground of awareness, and here you are embarking on a true journey towards your full potential.